Everybody loves a hanging plant. It's a beautiful accent in every room, a pop of life, a pop of color. So I'm gonna show you how to make this really simple DIY macrame hanging plant. Only 10 knots, even you can do it. Let's get started. So first, you're gonna wanna get twine. So you need 6 strings and you're gonna double them up. So when they're doubled up, I usually just do sort of a messy measurement, the size of my chest, my wingspan. And you need 6 of those, so a total of 12 hanging strings. So I'm gonna keep cutting. Always have more, you always wanna have more. You can always cut, you cannot replace. This is also a fun one that you can do with like your favorite coffee mugs. If you don't wanna use your coffee mugs for coffee, you can make a hanging plant and put a little succulent in your coffee mug. So, we have our strings. Find an S-hook, find an old keychain ring, whatever you want. Make a hole, grab through, slide it on through. Just tighten it up, get the strings all pretty. There's also lots of fun little beads you can put up top if you want, or different patterns, but that's a little more advanced than what we're gonna show you today. We wanna keep this simple and approachable. So find something to hang your hook or your keychain on, or fly in a coat rack that's just hanging out. Gather 4 of your strings. Try to keep them in clumps that are together, so I'm gathering 4 that are all the way to the left, and tie a simple knot. You can make it as far down as you want, depending on how long you want your hanging plant to be. Grab the next 4 strings. These are the middle 4 strings. And you're gonna tie another knot, and you're gonna try to get it almost to the exact same height, as close as possible as the one you just tied. So I like to eyeball it, put my finger there, tie the knot, keep it loose. I keep my finger in the knot so I can move it around. Voila, same length. 3rd knot. Look at 3rd knot, we're already 1/3 of the way there. Row 1 complete. So now what you're gonna do is you're gonna start creating your basket. Your next row of knots, you can decide where they go. They're actually gonna be right at the lip of the cup. So the cup is gonna sit right around here, and these knots are gonna be right around here. So you have to decide how long you want it to be. This feels good to me. You take 2 pieces from one section of knot, and then 2 pieces from another section of knot, tie another knot. Take the other 2 that are hanging loose, grab the 3rd one that you haven't touched yet, and again, you want your knots to be at the same length. So eyeball it, tie your knot, keep it loose, little loop, swoop, and pull. Take your last 2 strings and tie a knot. Voila! So you can already see it starting to look like a basket. This is why I like to have it be hanging already, because you can sort of start eyeballing how you want your teacup to sit. So I need to make 1 more row of knots. And I need them to be close to this row is what I'm seeing here, because these are gonna sit right below the lip. So I need them to be no more than 1 inch away. It's the kind of thing you get the hang of over time. So again, you wanna go from one different section to another different section. So I'm gonna grab them here. Y'all, this is knot number 7. We're so close to this thing already being done. Just getting them tight, making sure my knots look pretty. So see, that's what I want to the cup to sit around. And then I'm gonna grab these 2 that are loose, and the 2 that feel closest to me from this section, try to get my knot to hit at the same place. And then our last 2 loose sections right here. Perfect. We have 9 knots, that means we only have 1 left. So you can see this is where our cup is gonna sit. There's like a little cage in there for it. She sits just like that. And then the last knot you have to tie is right at the bottom to lock everything in place. Grab all of your strings. She's done. Told you it'd be easy. All right, so we have our adorably planted succulent teacup. I like to throw gravel. This is just aquarium gravel on top just to make it look cleaner and keep the soil in place. A beautiful showcase for a pop of color, a pop of green, and all of that antique china that's just been sitting in your cabinet for years. Go bug grandma. Tell her you want her teacups.